All right, so this video, Kristen, that's been circulating that you knew I'd be mad about.
Oh, dude, I saw this and I'm like, we are talking about this on the show. A woman has been seen in a viral video pulling out a measuring tape at a club to check men's heights.
You got what?
Not even kidding. There's a video of a woman in the club with a full-on measuring tape.
Come on.
Because when guys tell her that they're 6 feet, they've been lying. So she wants to make sure that they are indeed 6 feet.
Someone was recording me this weekend at the club.
All right. Now, keep in mind, if you're a new Bert Show listener, I'm 5'4". All right, so this is always, I'm a little sensitive here.
So this article from Lad Bible goes on to say, a trend has been going around for a while where women say they won't date a man under 6 feet. Cow!
Damn it. Damn you, Abby. Damn you!
Guilty as charged. There's also a weird trend where men will say they're 6 foot or taller because they want to appeal to women or for another reason. Well, those two worlds collided at a crowded club, and there is this woman there walking up to men with a measuring tape, making sure that they are over 6 feet.
So rude. That is so incredibly rude.
You and I had the exact same thought when I sent this to you.
I know. So my thought was, and I hate going down this road because Cassie and I don't agree on this, that if a woman is going to bring a ruler or a measuring tape into a club, so my initial thought was, well, are guys allowed to bring scales?
That's fair.
That is not the same thing.
Here we go again. Here we go again. I don't understand how you say that, because Kristen had the same thought.
Well, I didn't have the thought with the scale, but I thought, like, if a man came into a club with a measuring tape and put it around women's waist to make sure they had a certain waist size, like, what she's doing is gross.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Yeah, 100%. I think anyone, love you, Abby, who filters based on any kind of physical appearance, like height or any number like that, I'm not a fan of that, and I don't agree with it. But weight, it does not have the same stigma as height.
Oh, my God, Cassie, it does. I lived this my whole life. How can you say that?
Because I lived my whole life. Like, I'm not saying height doesn't have a stigma. I think that's maybe where we're not connecting. I'm not saying that you aren't, how do I put it, like, discriminated against in the dating world, that these stupid rules don't exist, that it's not fair. I honestly, I feel your plight. Weight is a whole different ball game. It is completely different. And I just living it and being told every single day. We've even done segments on the show, and I brought it up to you guys. I'm like, hey, that's incredibly hurtful, this kind of like conversation to fat people. It's not the same. It's not the same saturation point. It's not the same. Just like, has anyone ever looked at you and been like, you disgust me. You look like 4 Taylor Swifts rolled into one.
Yes, I've had a listener on the phone literally say, I wouldn't give you the time of day because you're short.
Okay, not giving you the time of day because you're short is different from literal hate comments. Shut up, fatty. Go F yourself, fatty. Go off yourself, fatty. So I'm just saying it's not an equivalent, but for this conversation, I think you could, yes, bring a measuring tape and measure. I think boob size would be a better comparison.
How's that?
Oh, like putting the measuring tape around the breast to make sure they're of a certain size.
Okay.
To me, that would be more of an equivalent, like, because we always hear like, oh, men want big boobs and like flat-chested women lose out. So if a guy's going to the club and being like, C cup and under, you're out, that's also disgusting, and that shouldn't stand. She should have been kicked out of that club.
I mean, the common sense says, though, like, as a short guy, I cannot change my height. Can't do it, right? But if you're overweight, then most people can change that. I know that when we're debating this, the amount of women that are overweight because of disease, there certainly occurs, but it's in the overall scheme of things, fairly minuscule. So most can change their weight. I can't change my height, though.
Yeah, I guess they're both fruits, but it's apples to oranges for me. Because of the hate associated with being fat, you get discriminated against. There's people treat you differently in public. There's conversations of women who have lost weight to become thin. They get treated completely differently. They get raises at work. They get promotions. Like, you advance in the workplace when you're thin. You advance socially. Your love life.
Same thing with tall dudes, man. Look at the same stats. Yeah. You forget, I was asked if I was officially a midget. This was back in the day when you were using that word. A listener comes up all excited. Hey, can I have a t-shirt? I got a question for you. Are you officially a midget?
Maybe I'm just scarred growing up with every single magazine being like 17 ways to lose weight. eat the special cake. Like being told literally every day of my life, here's how you improve
Right.
yourself because fat is not okay.
Well, you can't have men's magazines like that because there aren't 17 ways to grow. There's one. Platform shoes.
Now you got that surgery where they can break your bones.
Right, it only costs $25,000.
Yeah, why don't you just do that?
Hey, Julie, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
I just wanted to call and chime in. I'm in the medical field, and we do measure body mass. And body mass is actually the height and the weight. So those two are very relevant to get that body mass number. So we do have people who tend to want to lose weight to get to that ideal BMI, or then there's older people that shrink and then their BMI goes down. So those two are actually viewed in comparison to get that body mass.
Huh. So really what you need to do is go into the club and go, okay, what's your BMI? I just want you to know, looking at the calls, I am not discriminating calls. These are the ones coming in.
I don't, and I want to be very clear. I don't think that, I'm not trying to say you don't have any struggles with height whatsoever. I'm just in my world, I deal with weight, and I've just had some really hateful things said to me.
Good morning, Zed. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Yeah, hey, and here's the thing. I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'7", so I don't mean this to come from a biased lens, but it is reality. I mean, at the end of the day, you can control your weight. You cannot control your height. And I would say that girls or women discriminating against height is actually worse than men discriminating against weight, because you can change that. One of my biggest pet peeves is and I don't mean to be insensitive because I understand this is a touchy subject, but don't sit there and cry and complain and have slip into a deep depression because you're overweight. I mean, do something about it. So, short men can't do anything about their height, unfortunately. It's just reality.
I understand your frustration, and we've talked on this show a lot about how you have to choose your hard, and being overweight is hard, and trying to lose weight is hard.
Life is hard.
Life is hard. And for some people, losing weight is just not that simple.
Yeah, it's a very complicated process. There's issues with BMI, but at the end of the day, I don't think guys should be judged on height either.
The Bert Show.